What'd you break this time, sir?
All right, my friends, this is your official 2-week warning. You guys, by the time you're seeing this, have 14 days or less, 2 weeks or less to get entered to win the truck, the trailer, and the $5,000. It's going to one of you guys. That is going to be someone's new ride right there, but you cannot win if you do not get entered. Don't delay. Don't waste any more time. Don't wait till the last second. Get entered. It's going to one of you guys. Let's get on with today's video.
Are you Jim?
I'm Jim.
Jim, I'm Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, sorry it's taking forever to finally get up here and get everything. I was gonna say, so what makes these things like so? Is it the motor and like the reduction and? Like,
Yeah, so I mean it's basically a torque converter. You know,
Okay.
I mean you got a motor spinning 1750 RPM, but the output you got a torque multiplier there.
Right.
So you're generating massive amounts of torque.
Does.
Gearbox.
Okay.
Is a two-stage gear reduction. So every single size of our fans has a different gearbox.
Okay.
So throughout our R&D, we did some benchmark testing against some of the top-tier manufacturers. Got their product, saw what it did, and then we said, all right, here's where we want to be.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And we optimized every single size for its own gearbox.
Okay. Okay.
To obtain the highest energy efficiency we could
Okay.
for CFM per watt.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
I guess
you know,
in smaller terms, you're like, if you use one gearbox, it could be terrible down here but be better up here, but you're just blanketing stuff to kind of not have that many part numbers kind of
Exactly.
thing. I like nice looking cool like red things. Like I think it'll be cool because I think my lifts are going to end up being red, so like it'll all kind of like match and tie together nicely. So I think that's little things, you know.
Yeah, and like I said, it's more of an engineered looking product. You know,
And then do these, I remember reading the installation instructions like a while back when we were talking about the beam, but do these just basically, these bolt right into that beam that we're gonna put in basically?
To be honest, I can't remember what all you got, but I'm guessing you're gonna have a drop. So you're gonna have, what you're gonna end up with is
I think it was a real short drop.
yeah, so at the top of the drop you're gonna end up with this plate.
Okay.
So you can bolt this plate up to your ceiling however you want.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, you would put some lag bolts through, or not even carriage bolts.
Right,
bolts would be
all the
better.
way through.
All the way through, whatever
Yeah.
you put up there, and then put some nuts and washers on
Okay.
the top side.
Okay.
Snug that up, and you should be good to go. Because everything else mounts to this.
Everything else mounts to this base
yeah.
plate?
So
okay.
this would be what you mount to your ceiling.
Welcome back. Wednesday morning now. So second part of our Ohio trip included going to pick up our new fans for the shop. So yesterday we were with the first gen, now we're back with the first gen, and we drove an hour north to pick up our fans in person at High Performance Fan Company. Super excited. Honestly, you know, the trucks are cool. I love the trucks, right? But you know, we're geeking out over here on shop equipment, and these fans I'm super pumped on. So High Performance Fan Company worked with us on the fans for the new shop. Super excited. We're going to be doing a installation. Me and Michael are going to install these bad boys. We're going to get them up, and they should really help with air movement, the heat, the tall ceilings in the shop. So picked these up in person, met Jim, awesome dude, but super excited to get these. But we are on our way home now. So we are still, you know, a day later, we're still waiting to kind of catch a shot of this train. But today is pretty much going to be my first drive home in the new first gen. Guys, I don't know about you, but I am so in love with this thing. Goodness gracious. This thing, dreaming about it all night. So excited to get our first drive in on the new first gen. But yeah, we're gonna wait for this train another minute, and if we don't get this train, we out, because we got to go home. And I believe we're going to drive through the rain, which not very excited about. But you know what, trucks are meant for being used, okay? And it's going to get rained on, so it's going to happen. But that's where we're at, boys. Alrighty, boys, well, we are off in the new first gen. Here we go, first drive, 6 hours home. Oh yeah. Check it out. It's Tomater. Tomater on the slow zoom. Take a look at that. You guys already know. You already know what mod number 1 is going to be. Right there. That's mod number 1. Mod number 2. Putting in overpriced diesel fuel into this beautiful, beautiful truck. Goodness gracious. You know, back in '93, didn't used to be like this. But, all right, we're filling the trucks up. Gonna ride home. I will say this. This thing is a bouncy... You see me driving? Like I'm driving this thing, dude. I'm driving this thing to keep this thing straight.
We also picked like the worst back road in Ohio.
Yeah, there's no good roads to get back to here, so we'll see what it's like on the highway. But
you're definitely catching air on the bridge deck.
Air? You think so? Yeah, whatever. I don't know. This is honestly the highest two-wheel drive truck that I've ever seen. Like, even with the springs that I normally put in these things, like this thing is actually pretty high. But all kinds of funky geometry going on. If you guys know anything about these two-wheel drive first gens, when they go up too high, like they just get wonky. They get wonky is the only way to say it. Like camber gets weird, like everything gets weird in the front end, but it's okay. I have a solution. Just gonna cut it all out.
Yeah, good, because when you turn, it's...
Oh, is it like this?
Yeah.
Yo, camber gang, dude.
Yeah, you're turning and it's just like...
I'm trying to be like the car dudes. But, yeah. First part of the trip. We're underway. We're underway. There we go. Goodness gracious. So you got this little brick thing off the side, right?
Yeah.
And then comes into this loop, and then this pipe here is really in the way here. And then I think it comes down into these two plugs right here.
Yeah, I thought the regular cab had like a main single wire, like a power wire.
So unplug these and see what happens.
Yeah.
Let me see. All right, let me go try and start the truck.
What'd you break this time, sir?
You want to know the first mile that I had to do? It wasn't the buzzer.
Oh, really?
If you know, you know. Yeah. Yeah, the wind noise was pretty atrocious. But so long story short, I've been kind of smelling some weird smell, and I'm just like, you know what? All the gauges look fine. I'm just gonna let it roll because I think Dawson and I both, we just really want to be home. We're just kind of like feeling a little bit. We've been traveling a lot, so we're just like, all right, I'm ready to go home. This 6-hour trip is feeling like 10 hours already, so we're like dead. And so we stopped to get a couple energy drinks, and I'm like, you know what? We should probably take a look at that. So I popped the hood, and everything seemed to be all right, but you could smell it. And then our little battery breather port over here was chooching a little bit. So the battery's really hot. It's funny because the alternator gauge inside the cab wasn't saying that it was overcharging. Called Michael. Michael thinks that it is overcharging regardless of what the gauge says. These things are kind of notorious for having, I would say, I guess, charging issues over just the regulating of all of that. A lot of times guys will go to like an external regulator from like Napa. It's like that silver box with the 3-plug. This one seems to have all of the original stuff on it. But my biggest fear with all of this, we still have like 3-4 hours to go, is that I don't want this hot enough to explode, because if it explodes and makes a mess, it's going to not going to be okay, and I'm just going to absolutely lose my mind, honestly. But so game plan for now is to disconnect the alternator. We disconnected the alternator. We're gonna see how long it takes to kind of like discharge a little bit, and then maybe rehook it up, drive it for like 30 minutes to an hour again, and kind of like go back and forth a little bit like that. So that's the game plan as of now. But you know, wouldn't be a road trip without you know, it's 30 years old, you know, it's just a 30-year-old truck thing, you know. I'm getting the hang of shutting that hood a little bit better. But anyway, let's roll on.
Whoa. You want to just take a minute
to appreciate the bead?
Yeah.
I've been appreciating the beading going on in the cab as well. You can see it. It's very nice. I did, within 30 minutes though, I did have a huge rock. I don't know like if it hit the windshield or what, but like we've been staying behind tractor trailers for like miles, and of course never fails. Never fails.
Well, you enjoy no radio, no wipers, all that stuff.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
We'll just get right back in the old 4G.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah. Have a nice trip. Have a nice trip. Thanks. Love you.
Spinning.
Oh, we gotta check if they both spin.
Okay, 1 sec.
Well, doesn't get the official approval until they both spin.
They both spin.
Very nice. Just in time for another storm.
Tornado.
Okay, we put in garage now. Okay. Well, she's home. If you ever want to know how long you can drive with no alternator on a first gen, it's at least 4 hours. I mean, it moved, but it wasn't even like super low.
Really?
So, I mean, honestly, it dropped more just sitting in the driveway, turning the lights on than anything else. You know, like I was actually, like I didn't even want to charge my phone because I was like, any draw, I'm just like, we're fine. So, didn't have to stop in there and plug it back in, so. Whew. Yeah, she's home. You don't want to turn the lights on.
I was, you know, someone didn't do that. That someone may or may not be me. And I may or may not have been rushing, you know.
It doesn't burn.
It does, both tires.
Can't get too crazy though. Gotta enjoy that paint while it's there. Oh yeah. Nice. All right, guys. Well, we have officially made it home with the new truck. It does not look nice, shiny, and black anymore, seeing that we went through a couple hours of rain. So we made it home with our little alternator issue. The alternator issue and honestly the ride of the truck in its current state right now are the two biggest thumbs down. Other than that, super pumped, super excited. You know, just needs a little love. It needs touched everywhere, you know, except for the body, because Adam absolutely killed it on the body. Super excited to get ripping on this project. We've got a lot of big plans coming, a lot of awesome stuff for you guys. But I want to know, what do you guys want to see done differently on this first gen than the last one? I'm not sure. Like, I've got so many ideas running through my head, how wild, how crazy. All I know is that we are going to be going up with the suspension some way, shape, or form to fit some big wheels and tires on it. But just very excited for a clean, you know, pretty much stock truck project, you know, taking it from its current state to mild to wild and everything in between. But we made it home. Our trip home was a success. We'll fix the ride, obviously, because we got a lot of suspension stuff going to be happening, and the alternator stuff really shouldn't be a problem. But the other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys, because we're having the same kind of issues on this truck that we are on our other first gen, is we have not actually messed with any of the fusible links. Now, if you look at some of these random wires that are ran on this truck, some of them are bypassing some of these fusible links, but I can't remember when or where I saw it, but there is a good write-up on what guys do to kind of like cut out all those fusible links and kind of like rewire that section of the truck. I need to find that. If you guys have that saved somewhere, or you've got a good forum or a link to send me, email me, DM me, because we need to do that on this truck and the other truck, because we're having some silly little wiring issues in that area, which they're a little bit of a gremlin in that area, but easy fix, no big deal. But definitely not going to be a race truck on this one, boys. Super excited. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up this video. If you guys are pumped, give this video a big thumbs up. Also, guys, what are you waiting for? The 08, the trailer, and the 5,000 bucks is going to one of you guys. Get entered. There is, by the time you're watching this video, probably less than 2 weeks, which means we're almost, you know, we're closing in. We're closing in 2 weeks. This is going to be gone, and it's going to be going to one of you guys. It's going to be someone's new truck. Super pumped to know who it's going to be. Could be you, but you can't win if you don't get entered. So, wrenchworks.com. Go get entered. We'll see you guys in the next video very, very soon. See ya.